You're going to see this in a lot of words, and that is an I in the middle syllable, and it's going to say I. Let me give you, see how many words I can think of as examples, real words. We have the word confident, which is why this rule is named for the word confident. We have hospital. Okay, other words. If you have any suggestions for words with I in the middle syllable, put them in the comments. Let me see if I can think of some. There's a lot. I want to say there's a million. There might not be a million, but there's a lot. How about this one? Centipede. How about, ooh, I like that. Thank you, Mrs. Johnson. Officers. So do you see in confident, hospital, centipede, officers that, right, Kaylee, it doesn't follow the tab 2 rule. It breaks the tab 2 rule. And I is the only letter that gets to do it, and it has to be in the middle syllable. It can't be just in the middle of a one syllable word. It can't be a word like lint. That's not in the middle syllable. That's only one syllable. It can't be a word like picnic. That's a 2-syllable word. In order to be in a middle syllable, there has to be at least 3 syllables, right? In order for there to be a middle. So it has to be 3 syllables, 4, 5, or longer. When I is in that middle syllable, it breaks the tab 2 rule and says I. There you go. You're welcome. Enjoy your new reading pattern for the day. How are you going to know if it's in the middle syllable? How to know if it's a 3? I'm saying the word syllable like 1,000 times. How are you going to know when you're reading if it's a 3-syllable or a longer word? I'm glad you asked. I'll tell you. If there are 3 vowels that don't touch, that's how you'll know. So look at all of those words: confident, hospital, centipede, officers. There are 3 vowels that don't touch. That means it's a 3-syllable word. And when I is in the middle, it breaks the tab 2 rule and says I. It's a little princess of a letter. I is the only one that gets to do that. Yeah. So now you know. Now you know. You're welcome. That's so fun. So let's practice it. You're going to love this, my friends. You're going to be so glad that you came to class today. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. All right. Let's get reading. So they'll do this first one together. This first I is going to say I because there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors down. You know that, right? The tab 2 rule. And now here is that I in the middle syllable. There's a vowel before it that doesn't touch it, and there's a vowel after it that doesn't touch it. So I can tell it gets to follow the confident rule. It breaks the tab 2 rule, and it gets to say I, even if there aren't 2 P's after it. And then this I also says I, for the same reason, the tab 2 rule. So there's always a because. In spelling, there's always a because. If I ever skip over a Y of one of the letters, just message me. Just throw a question in there and I'll clarify it. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, our sounds are I, D, I, P, I, D. Blending those sounds together, we have I, D, pid. I, D, pid. I, D, pid. Making sure that this one's short. These 2 are both short. Try yours over here. Go for it. I'm going to try to, I think it's okay. Try yours. You're getting it, aren't you? You already have more knowledge than you had 15 minutes ago. That is a celebration. Okay, this first I says I because there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors down. The second I says I because it's in the middle syllable and it's an I. I in the middle syllable just says I. That's the confident rule. And then this I also follows the tap 2 rule. There's not a vowel there or there, so it gets to say I. Our sounds are I, t, I, b, I, p. Blending those sounds together, we have I, t, bip. I, t, bip. I, t, bip. Did you get that one? Y or A? Yes or almost? Did you get I, t, bip? Okay. Lovely. Well done. Nice, everyone. Next, number 2. Let's do this one together. So this first I says I. Because of the tap 2 rule, there are 2 consonants after it. This I can tell it's in the middle syllable because there are 3 vowels that don't touch. This I gets to say I because of the confident rule. This I gets to say I because of the tap 2 rule. There's always a because. You can figure this out. It's logical. The hard part can be blending all of those sounds together without letting any other sounds in or out or mixed around, right? That's why this pencil works so well, because it keeps things organized in your mind. And if you can keep your eye, your mouth, say it out loud because that makes it multisensory, and your hand all in a line, then it'll be really hard for other sounds to come in or out or get mixed around. So our sounds are s, t, I, n, d, I, t, I, p. So an extra layer of security to prevent sounds getting in or mixed around where they don't belong is to do successive blending, grabbing just one sound at a time. It looks like this. St, sti, stin, stind, stinde, stindit, stinditi, stinditip, stinditip. How did you do on that one? Yes or almost for a stinditip? Beautiful. Stinditip. Okay. What did I want to tell you about that one? It might have been easy for an R to slip in after that T, but that successive blending technique will really prevent that, because you'll be going from stindit and then just grabbing the I. That'll be hard for that R to sneak in there. Let's try this one. Go ahead and try this one without me. I'm going to try to make this just a touch bigger. Try number 2, the other number 2, without me. And try that successive blending. You got it, but it was a little hard. Well, good job. That was a hard one, so well done. Wait a minute, are you wondering why I put a short sound over this first I? Were you just waiting for me to correct that? If you ever see me make a mistake like that, you have to correct me, because I am just so mortal. I just make mistakes all the time. If you ever see me make a mistake like that, please, nobody sees your questions and answers but me. Just let me know, because it was going to be confusing for other people. All right, so yeah, this I right here, Daryl, you're funny, that has a macron over it. So this long vowel sound symbol is called a macron, and this short sound symbol is called a breve. Do you want to know a funny story about that? If you were in my class last year or the year before, then you know what I'm about to say. I was calling this short sound symbol a breve. I called it a breve my whole life. I never knew it was a breve. It should say breve. It should follow all those spelling and reading patterns that I teach, but for some reason I just got it stuck in my head that it was this fancy French word, and it just said breve, like releve in ballet or something. So thank goodness somebody corrected me. Like, isn't that breve? So I had to look it up, and by golly, yes, it is a breve. So this short sound symbol is called a breve. This long sound symbol, let me make that better, is called a macron. And if you ever hear me or see me make a mistake, please correct me. I need you. So we know that this I is going to say I because of the tap 2 rule. This I will say I. Is it for the confident rule? I mean, sure. If I is in the middle syllable, it gets to say I, regardless of if there are 2 consonants after it or not. In this case, there are 2 consonants. So sure, it gets to say I because of the confident rule and because of the tap 2 rule. A double reason. And this I says I because of the tap 2 rule. All right, so all of our sounds are P, O, I, N, I, S, T, I, M. Should I do successive blending? I think we can just do this one straight through. Let's try it. Did I say I? Hopefully I said I. I need you to correct me, my friends, if I do something wrong, because trust me, I will do things wrong, and I need your help to fix that. So we have pull all the way through. Plinistim. Make sure an R doesn't sneak in after that T. It will be tempting because of the shape of your mouth going from the T to the I for that R to sneak in there. That's where most reading mistakes happen, is an R or an L comes in where they don't belong. So force that R sound to, there's no R in here, so don't let your lips form that shape. Plinistim. Keep your mouth in that long, wide grin. Plinistim. How was that one? Y or A? Yes or almost? For plinistim. You did better on that one than I did. You guys probably all got plinistim when I was still on plinistim. How could it have said plinistim? It could have said plin if there was 2 N's there. Then that would have said plin. All right, try this number 3 over here on your own. This one looks fun. I'm excited to try it. It's a 4-syllable word because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 vowels that don't touch. And if you're wondering if the confident rule applies to like the second one or the third one, as long as it's in a middle, it applies. So it can be the second and third syllable because there's a syllable on either side of each of those. So as long as it's in a middle, as long as, I used to tell my kids, if it's the cream in the cookie or the turkey in the sandwich, it gets to say I. If it's the cream in the cookie or the turkey in the sandwich, it gets to say I. So as long as there's a syllable on either side of it, then that I gets to say I. This one looks fun. I'm excited to try it out loud. Okay, so this first I is going to say I, right? Because of the tap 2 rule. This I is in the middle syllable. There's a vowel before it and a vowel after it that don't touch it. This I is also in a middle syllable. There's a vowel before it and a vowel after it that doesn't touch it. So those both follow the confident rule. This I gets to say it, but for a different reason. It's the tap 2 rule. There's not a vowel here or here. Yeah? You with me? All right, so now it's the blending that we have to get on this word. It's a 4-syllable word with a lot of S's in there, so let's see if we can do this here. Should I go straight through or should I do successive blending? Let me think. I think I'll do successive blending just to keep everything straight. So we have I, S, I, T, N. Okay, here we go. I, ice, ice, ISIS, ISIS, ISISIT, ISISIT, isisitin. Isisitin. You have to tell me, how did you do on isisitin? Was that a Y or an A yes or almost? Did you get isisitin? Wow. It was fun, huh? Right? I mean, look at that word. If you had struggles with reading, then you might have looked at that word before class and had a little deer in the headlight look. or might have panicked or might have wanted to skip it. But look what you just did. And I'm seeing 1, 2, 3. So many people in the chat are saying, yes, I got it, but it was hard. Yes, but it was difficult. Yes, but it was hard. But you did it. You did such a hard word. Congratulations, my friends. That was amazing. All right, let's end on a medium one. Take it back just a little bit of a notch. Let's do this number 4 right here. Go for it. Don't let an R come in after the D. All right, so this I is going to say I because of the tap 2 rule. This I is going to say I because of the confident rule. There's a vowel before it that doesn't touch it and a vowel after it that doesn't touch it. And this I also says I but for a different reason, because there's not a vowel here or here. Look at that knowledge that you have, that you might not have had 31 minutes ago. You probably didn't know, because I think I asked at the beginning of class, didn't I, if anybody knew what the confident rule was? That an I in the middle syllable can say I. As a matter of fact, it either almost always or always does. Actually, no, it's almost always. Says I when it's in the middle syllable like that, especially if the next letter is a consonant. That's kind of the key right there. But now you know. Now you know how to decode this word without guessing. That is a big deal. You know how to decode words that you've never seen before, all of these nonsense words, without guessing. You just figure it out like a math problem with your intelligence. All right, so here we have an I, an I, and an I. All of our sounds are f, I, n, I, d, I, m. Successive blending. Fur, fry, frine, frine, frined, frined, frinidim. How'd you do? Frinidim. How did you do on frinidim? That's a lot of Y's. Kaylee says, I always learn something new in the class. I love this class and you as my teacher, Miss April. What a kind thing to say. Thank you so much. I get just as excited about this as you. You guys leave me so much happier than before I started. It's just amazing to be on this journey with you and share this amazing information. You know what would be brilliant is if you taught this to somebody now. That will do a couple things. It will sink it a little deeper into your long-term memory, and you will enlighten the world of somebody else. Go ahead and teach them the confident rule. When I is in the middle syllable, it gets to say I. Just a little princess letter. All right, that was fun, my friends. I hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you on Monday. Bye, everybody.